He's at the top. So I jumped on it right away when they said, Chris, he got that killer instinct. You know what it takes to get it done.
4 minutes.
That's why it's easy training with him, because he trains so hard.
I feel flattered that you brought a new trainer in, because I know you need it. And he's a great coach. You're a great coach, BoMac, and I've got love for you, mate, but you can't polish a turd.
I think it's going to be a little bit easier this time for Chris. He already got his number. It's hard to come back when somebody beat you already.
For my entire life, I have been the villain. The bad guy.
Then slap you with an egg. That's just total disrespect.
On reflection, I wish I had an egg in both hands. 38 fights of people loving to hate me. I don't know if I'm that guy anymore.
I've lost. I don't care. Ultimately, we fight November 15th, mate.
He's at the top. So I jumped on it right away when they said, Chris, he got that killer instinct. You know what it takes to get it done.
4 minutes.
That's why it's easy training with him, because he trains so hard.
I feel flattered that you brought a new trainer in, because I know you need it. And he's a great coach. You're a great coach, BoMac, and I've got love for you, mate, but you can't polish a turd.
If he just owned being a bad guy, then I wouldn't have anything to say about him. When he tries to take shots at me at my press conferences, why am I going to let him talk? If you haven't got anything positive to say, be quiet. He's a bad person.
I think it's going to be a little bit easier this time for Chris. He already got his number. It's hard to come back when somebody beat you already.
They were two cracking shots from Eubank, and Ben just fired back automatically.
Remarkable. That was epic from start to finish.
It was a tough fight for him. So I understand that he wants to go back in there and he wants to show the world that it wasn't no fluke.
Winner by unanimous decision.
Chris Eubank has just begun his final training camp week with McIntyre ahead of his much-awaited rematch against Conor Benn. Meanwhile, Conor Benn is also grinding hard in the gym, vowing to showcase a sharper and stronger version of himself this time. Trainer BoMac. McIntyre expressed
Chris
full
Eubank Jr.'s readiness for the Conor Benn rematch, saying they're fully prepared for any outcome,
for any scenario, and that Ben must come with
Ben must bring
something
something new to change the result.
We in shape to go 15 rounds. I never go and say we're going to stop him. It's just like you, low-level 4-rounder. But at this level, you can't just say, oh, he going to stop him. If it's stoppage come, he definitely in shape to stop him.
There better be something different, because if not, it's going to be the same outcome.
Five.
You're going to get that win. We're definitely going to get that win. We already done won. We get our hand raised and go on about our business.
Hearn expressed strong faith in Conor Benn's chances, stating this time feels different, as Ben looks transformed both physically and mentally, with his preparation reaching another level.
I'll tell you something now, I am so confident Conor Benn wins this fight. And listen, you know I always back our guys, and sometimes I can get romanticised by just, being part of the team. Conor Benn looks totally different for this
Joe
fight.
Cordina mentioned he expects Conor Benn to deliver a powerful comeback by avenging his loss to Chris Eubank Jr. in their rematch.
So I know what that's like for Conor, and I know he'll come back and he'll give it everything, and I'm sure he'll get the
Joe
win.
Gallagher recalled that after their first clash, Eubank Jr. privately admitted he was surprised by Benn's punching power and might have underestimated him.
I don't know. I think Eubank, he said afterwards, straight after the fight, he was surprised at how hard Conor Benn punched. He was surprised with a lot of things with Conor Benn, and maybe he overlooked him, and maybe that's why now he's brought BoMac back into the cart, because he's given him the respect. I know we won last time, that he deserves this time by bringing them people on board. He's got to be serious about it. Conor Benn can only grow with confidence from that he went in there, he had moments, and it was just experience, big stage, big fight, adrenaline. That cost him the fight. I still think Eubank will still win. Will it be a closer fight? Possibly, but I still fancy Eubank Jr. to win. In another thrilling fight, I think the two styles will always gel into that type of fight. It's it's hard because the first one was so controversial, and then would the dad, and then the dad turned up, it had everything. So the story now, we've had Eggate, we've had the dad turning up, it's like, well, this is the rematch, and here we go. It's just, I wouldn't say it's, yeah, it is a little bit of a harder sell, do you know what I mean, for the general public, but they've seen it, but it's still a good fight to watch.
Frank Smith noted that fight week drama is almost guaranteed whenever Chris Eubank Jr. is involved, calling him the chief victim officer since he always finds something to complain about.
Eubank Jr., of course there's going to be fight week drama, you know, of course there's going to be drama. He's the king of drama. He's the chief victim officer, I'll call him.
Chief victim officer.
No, but he's a victim, isn't he? Everyone's done him dirty in life, you know, and it's at some point in life you have to look at yourself rather than blame everyone else, you know. Chris is very good at blaming everyone else. Oh, this promoter, that promoter, this, that, the other. Like, well, sometimes look in the mirror, because we've had great relationships with fighters for 15 years. We've promoted the biggest British name and one of the biggest global names of the sport since his debut all the way through, you know. Like, sometimes you have to go, actually, is it me? Am I the problem? He's been through about 7 different promoters and seems to have fallen out with every one of them. So when I say chief victim officer, I mean everything is always, oh, poor me. Fight week, he loves drama, that's what he does. But he's great at it. It's part of the game, isn't it? He's a showman. So it is what it is.
Tim Bradley also shared his thoughts, saying Ben has the power to stop Eubank Jr., but emphasized that the result will depend on his ability to stay composed and execute the right game plan.
Conor Benn can knock him out. Conor Benn can knock him out in the rematch. Oh yeah. Couple things he gotta do though. You know, boxing 101, man, when you're fighting a taller guy, you never want to step back in straight lines. You want to exit the sides. He stepped back in straight lines. He allowed Eubank to extend with those long arms, so he's getting caught on the end of his shots a lot of the times. Another thing, early on, got too reckless. You got to be more reserved, my man. Act like you've been there before. You got to control those emotions. All right, a lot of swinging, a lot of wild swinging, a lot of energy wasted early that you could have had on the back end and you could have finished stronger. But you didn't. You wasted a lot of energy swinging that air. Mad, intense. Hey, controlled aggression. That's what it got to be, Conor Benn. Controlled. Another thing. Straight punches. Straighten your shots out, man. You had a lot of success when you was letting those punches just fly right from the chin. 1-2, right down the middle. Yeah, you was landing that right hand. See, there's a big mistake that a taller guy makes, like Eubank Jr. And what he does is he throws a jab from mid-range. That's a big no-no. You can't be doing that. He throws a jab from mid-range. Even when he got the range and the height and the reach, he's still stepping in, closing the gap. And that's the perfect opportunity for Conor Benn to load up with a big right hand. He did it occasionally. He caught him with it. Yes, you know, he caught him with it. However, a lot of wide shots over the top.
Harlem Eubank added that the rematch is expected to bring the same intense fire as their first encounter, even though it may be difficult to recreate that exact chaos.
I think it's definitely going to ignite in the same way, but I think everything that came together to make the event what it was, my uncle turning up and the whole entertainment spectacle. Yeah. I think it's hard to replicate that, yeah. I think the fight itself, they both didn't know what each other had to bring. So in that, you know, they didn't know what to expect, and I feel like now they do. Yeah. So I feel like it will be a different fight. I think in the second fight, with Chris's technical ability, I don't think Conor will make it to deep waters. I don't think he will make it to them rounds. I think Chris will keep him at the end of the shots. Yeah. I think he was doing it pretty comfortably in the early part of the fight, but again, I don't feel like he was himself at all in that last
Tony
fight.
Bellew described their first fight as one of the most electrifying bouts, and said he's excited to see how both fighters evolve and surprise each other in the rematch.
The first fight's one of the best fights I've ever seen. You've got to look at, just watch the action from the first round to the last. I mean, that 12th round is just epic. 100% want to see it again. It's just...
Who wins it?
Oh, I don't know. I think you need to look at the really intricate details going into the fight.
Chris Eubank, the favourite, Junior?
He has to be after winning the first fight, but I'll tell you something. the tide moves slightly over to Conor Benn a bit more, because Chris Eubank will be the one who needs more time to recover than Conor Benn, because the younger man, the younger body, the fresher body recovers faster than the older body. But at the same time, the bigger man, the stronger man will always come better late, and there's no getting away from them last 3 rounds. He came really strong.